Welcome back to the vlog of Fun Learning channel.
We're going to discuss the Module 6 entitled Responding to Social Change in 4 different areas: politics, economics, education, and technology. The external business environment consists of economic, political, legal, demographic, social, competitive, global, and technological sectors. Managers must understand how the environment is changing and the impact of those changes on the business. Let's discuss the factors responsible for social change. Natural events, even today, can disrupt the social system. Natural disasters always force changes in the social conditions and the life of the affected people. The cultural factors also play a role in bringing about a social change. Our social life depends upon our beliefs, ideas, values, customs, conventions, institutions, and the like. When there is a change in this, it influences the social life. In contemporary times, science and technology happens to be the most important factor of social change. New scientific inventions and technologies always greatly influence the social life. Biological factors also affect social change. Each new generation is different from previous generation. It is different in form, ideas, and in many other ways from the one gone before. The demographic factors always influence the process in nature of social change. The social conditions deteriorate the size of families, shrink, and it affects the social relations. The economic factors constitute an important factor of social change. Marx said that the entire social structure of a country is determined by economic factors. The geographical conditions always affect the social system and act as a factors of social change. Progress also depends upon the availability of natural resources, their exploration. Other factors include population changes, isolation and contact, attitude, and values. The movements of social change are products, producers, and resolvers of conflict. By joining together to bring about change, their members affirm the positive, creative role that conflict can play in calling attention to injustices, applying pressure to support needed social changes, reinforcing progressive values, halting censorship and retaliation, and resolving the chronic, systematic sources of social conflict. Every conflict takes place not only between individuals but within a context, culture, and environment surrounded by social, economic, and political forces inside an organizational system, structure, and technological setting among a diverse community of people. The goals of peace, equality, Democracy and justice require collaboration, respect, honesty, fairness, and empathy, not only in abstract political theory, but as integral parts of practical problem solving, negotiation, and conflict resolution that allow diverse communities to unite and coexist. Mediation, together with dialogue and other collaborative processes, should therefore be a long-term goal of progressive movements. Mediation plays a vital role in politics. Mediation involves a voluntary and confidential discussion between those involved in the conflict, which is facilitated by an impartial mediator. The goal of a mediation is for participants to resolve the dispute themselves by making an informed decision that everyone can live with it. The current COVID-19 pandemic is a reminder of the intimate relationship among humans, animals, and the environment. The transmission pathways of diseases such as COVID-19 from animals to humans highlight the extent to which humans are placing pressures on the natural world with damaging consequences for all. So here's the five pillars of the UNDS response to COVID-19.
Because of the COVID-19 pandemic happening right now, the economy of many countries is mainly affected. So, what is the response of the United Nations? The first response is to integrate a country-specific policy advice and program support which focuses on protecting workers and sectors who are most impacted by the crisis and on how to prevent the collapse of economic activity and jobs. The second response is scaling up employment-intensive programming. The example of the key service lines. The fourth response is support on strategies to green fiscal stimulus packages. The United Nations will mobilize the Partnership for Action on Green Economy that provides integrated support on green jobs, economic and environmental issues to plan early response and recovery phase of the crisis. And lastly, rapid and gender-responsive socioeconomic assessments and labor market and business environment diagnostics that can support assessments of unemployment benefit programs using behavioral insights to measure improvements needed to effectively reach informal workers as well as a surveys of responses by public employment services for labor market adjustments during the current crisis. So the next topic that we will discuss is education and how it responds to social change. It is said that social change is impossible without education. On the earlier educational institution, education is implied as a mean for social change rather than an instrument. While at the present times, modern educational institutions do not place much emphasis upon transmitting a way of life to the students. Here in the Philippines, we have a lot of old superstitions and beliefs that we learn from our parents, grandparents, and other older relatives. Some example of this are: if you sleep with wet hair, it will make you crazy, bald, or blind. The other example is: if you take a picture with three people in it, the person in the middle will die. Even though it is already part of our lives, wrong superstitions and beliefs should still be corrected to avoid ignorance and backwardness. Education plays an important role because it initiates the social change and gives us direction and purpose in life.
My topic for today is about technology.
Social change creates a powerful challenge to individuals and educational institutions. Technology should constantly re-examine its rationale in order to formulate responses to changing contexts to improve the quality of learning for students. Social change that can influence an understanding of the aims and nature of technology and that might contribute to its development. It suggested that social change can be addressed through technology if the educational goals of it are to broaden minds and develop all pupils in the creation of better society.